Hey, yeah, what up, YouTube? Fucking, God pushed though. It's been a while since I streamed, so I'm kind of like, God pushed Caver down narrow tunnel. The Buzzard'S or Buzzard'S, I don't know. Roost Cave incident. Period. So motherfuckers are still going to caves, and I've already told motherfuckers to stop doing shit like that. But hey, folks, do what y'all gotta do. Let's get it!
When friends head out for a weekend of caving, they could never predict that they would be facing a life and death struggle to free one of them from a hole in the ground. Going headfirst down a narrow tunnel leaves 3 lives in jeopardy.
Right.
This is the fatal breakdown of the Buzzard'S Roost Cave accident.
Right.
3 friends drove from Chicago to Cave City, Kentucky for...
Hey, chat, he said, hold on, listen, I just want y'all to listen. He said some shit.
Accident. 3 friends drove from Chicago to...
You heard that? The great city of all time, Chicago, Illinois. Stop fucking playing. Chicago, Windy City, aka the Rat, Chirac, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You know, Chicago. It's where I'm from, by the way. Born and raised. I have no friends. I'm so lonely. On some conquest shit. Nobody talks to me. I sit here and I mope. I'm talking to a fucking camera right now. What am I doing with my life? How did I get here? I was just fucking with hoes, and now I'm talking to a camera. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know. I don't know. You don't need friends to go live life. You right. Fuck friends, man. All right, they bitch ass. I don't need nobody.
Cave City, Kentucky for a Memorial Weekend caving trip. They explored several caves over a couple of days, and on Sunday, May 30th, Bill, Kevin, and Jim began their final cave exploration in Buzzard'S Roost Cave system.
It's always a nigga named Bill.
They started the day with the general historic tour that the cave operators offered. It was a permanently lighted commercial cave tour, with mainly open spaces and easy maneuvering to make it through the full path. After a few hours on the basic tour, the men signed up for the more advanced tour, which included crawling, twisting, and squeezing through passages down below.
I was just saying that, man, folk.
The brochure indicated that this was
it's just something out there named Bill. First of all, we don't even like paying bills in real fucking life. So if a motherfucker named Bill, you already know that nigga a fuck nigga, folk. I'm telling you, you can't trust a Bill. We don't like paying bills, so don't trust a motherfucker named Bill. It's common fucking sense.
Raw caving experience for the more daring visitor.
I just don't trust bills.
The entrance was a very narrow crawlway, and for some reason, this set Kevin in a different mindset. He told Bill and Jim that he was going to skip this tour and just wait for them on the surface.
Oh.
They were a little bummed, but totally understood that Kevin had reservations about this
I really gotta see how this play out.
The group would be 7 people: the tour guide Dave Harden, Jim and Bill, and 4...
Just the way this nigga Bill, like, is build on Phonograde, like, I already don't like this nigga. Like, look at the way he built. Like, everybody else, cool. And look at this nigga. He just, it's like a weird Titan-ass build. It's like, you feel me, fo? Like, this nigga on my face,
who had signed up for the tour. Dave handed out flashlights and instructed everyone to just follow the person in front of them and do what they did. He would be leading the group down into the deep passages and rooms below. Right away, Bill was struggling the group down.
Realistically, like, there's no way a functional human being with a functional, healthy mind is doing this right here. I don't have, like, I'm not claustrophobic, but gang, or claustrophobia, claustrophobic, whatever. But the sight of this shit right here just doesn't, like, sit well with me. Because I can never see myself, even, like, when I was a little boy, you know, shorty, I could never see myself, like, I did a lot of dumb shit. But this shit right here, like, chat, imagine really, like, doing this right here. Think of how tight that squeeze is.
The deep passages and rooms below. Right away,
It's funny because if your ass is fat, you could not do that. You could not squeeze no. You know what? I'm sorry.
Bill was struggling to fit through some of the tight wall slits and narrow tunnels. He was 6 foot 2 inches and weighed over 220 pounds, which
right
made
here,
it difficult to
Ricky.
slide past rock protrusions and squeeze through narrow cracks in the chamber walls. He felt anxious, but continued to follow the guide.
Or if you have
Dave Harden had been through
broad
these
shoulder, right? If you got like broad ass shoulders, or you fat as fuck, you know, if you got a few pounds on you, or like I said, you thick, you know, you got fat ass, you know, thick ass thighs, you can't go through that shit, folks. You really can't. I know I can't. I'm too like, I don't know. I can't squeeze through spaces like that anymore. When I was a little boy, I could do that shit, but right now, I can't do that shit. Plus, I want to do that shit in the first place. You'll never catch me doing that.
Many times, so Bill was sure that he could fit, or
If
Dave
you
wouldn't have
ever,
let him
hey,
come.
listen, if you ever catch me doing some
Right?
shit like this, just know I
After
got
crawling
cloned.
through the breakdown section of the path, each climber had to drop down into a hole in the
You
floor
got me
and crawl
fucked
up the
up. I'm not
passage on
doing
the
that.
other
No,
side.
no.
It was just a few feet down to the bottom, where you could lay on your back and pull forward to the 8-foot climb up on the other side. So, in they went, head first, into the dark hole.
Shit.
Bill slid down toward the flat part and twisted his body to slide on his back toward
This just give me anxiety looking at this shit, gang. Oh my god.
the other
Fuck
side.
no.
He was squeezed on all sides in this narrow part of the tunnel, but he quickly saw the flashlight of the person in front of him illuminating the way out. He shimmied his body
And
through
this is something
and reached
they
up to the
don't take-
protruding
that's what I'm
rocks
saying.
above. He twisted his shoulders one way and his hips the other to make his frame fit through the random protrusion of rocks. With his arms lifted overhead, he was able to stretch his body to be as slim as possible for a 220-pound man and reach the
Damn,
top of the
220
V-shaped
pounds?
path through the floor.
I'm 207.
As he began crawling away from the tight passage,
Actually, nah. I'm lying. I've lost a lot of weight. I don't know what the fuck been going on with me, chat. I went from 217. Now I'm like, I think I'm like 204 or some shit now. I don't know what the fuck happened. I haven't been doing shit. I just been losing weight. Like, I'm about to be back. Y'all about to see fucking skinny Tino again. Real niggas know. When I first started streaming game, like, damn, I don't know. I just keep losing weight every day. I think I'm down. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm trying to keep my muscle mass, but it's like I'm just... I hate this shit.
he was relieved and exhilarated on making it through
I do
the
have a fast
challenging
metabolism.
terrain,
That's probably...
which was exactly what he was here for. But he
Almost forgot
quickly
about that.
remembered that he would have
Yeah,
to
I'm
go back
fucked.
through it again on the way out, which left him with a nagging
I'm about to be
anxiousness
160
that he
pounds
wasn't
again.
able to shake.
GG's.
They followed the path along areas where they could walk freely, to narrow holes in the wall that required dragging on your stomach and toes alone. After exiting a
Nope.
low crawling tunnel, they came to a homemade rope ladder at a 45-foot vertical drop. The wooden rungs were cracked and hanging in some places. Each caver had to slowly descend the ladder in a nearly free hang down to the floor of the next room. It was like rappelling off the top of a 3 or 4-story building to the ground below, but in the dark. Beams from flashlights below crisscrossed the area, but it wasn't a simple climb, with the flimsy rope offering little structure to pull and push against. It was unsettling. After making it to the bottom, they were feeling the excitement of accomplishing it together.
I guess.
The next rope ladder was about 30 feet to the ground, but it wasn't easy to see from the top. It curled around protruding rocks, then tucked back in under a ledge, before opening up into the big room. After 3 hours of climbing and crawling, they had made it to the final stop. The 6 cavers were allowed to explore the area and passages attached to the big room. Dave Harden let them know that the tour was a bit behind schedule, so he would be heading back up to the surface to make a phone call. He instructed the group to just go back the way they came when they were done looking around. So Bill and Jim, and the other novice cavers, checked out the big room and passages around it. After about 30 minutes, they started to head back. When Bill looked up the rope ladder in the big room, he was overcome with exhaustion and nerves. It's one
Obviously.
thing to lower yourself down a treacherous, flimsy ladder, but something else altogether to climb back up one, especially when you were Bill's size.
Yeah,
He
of
started
course.
up
It's
the
fucking
ladder.
Bill. So you see, look, you already a fucking problem. Fucking Bill.
But was suddenly overcome
Ooh,
with
I hate
dread.
Bills.
He lowered himself back down and told someone else to go ahead. He and Jim talked a bit to calm himself and see how others were maneuvering around the rock overhang above. He tried again and reached the rocky outcropping. but the rungs were pressed firmly against the rock. He tried to reach up higher, but just could not find his grip.
It's over.
He was getting tired and frustrated, so he climbed back down again. A few others went ahead and adjusted the positioning of the ladder to make it more accessible. Finally, Bill gave it a third shot. He climbed past the overhang and tried to reach over the top to grab the ladder above. He couldn't get a grip on any rung or even the side of the ladder. His weight had shifted, and he was losing what little grip he had with his other hand. Just as he was about to reach for another attempt, he felt himself slipping. His 220-pound body slammed his back against the rock face 15 feet below. He tried to stop himself from sliding further, but suddenly felt the stomach-curdling instant of free fall.
GG's.
Then everything went black.
GG's.
Jim and another climber, Troy, hurried to help Bill. He was bleeding from his head and was just coming to after a momentary blackout.
Man. God damn.
This was not good. He was bleeding in this dark and cold room,
that's
far from the
thing.
exit to safety. A few of the climbers above hurried out to get the guide and let him know the situation. It was nearly 7:30, and they had been climbing around caves all day. Everyone was starting to feel the exhaustion and realization that they had a long way.
That's why I'm saying, cool. And it's like, now you bleeding from your head in a dark ass fucking tunnel, nowhere near the hospital. Yeah, you cooked. It's over with for you
to go to get to safety.
It's GG's.
Dave had spoken with the owner, and they decided to try to get Bill out without making a scene with big rescue teams. They had customers in the amusement area above and didn't want to cause alarm. Once Dave arrived back in the big room, he decided that Bill was well enough to get himself out of the cave, then seek medical attention for the gash on his head. With the team assisting him, they were able to get him up the 30-foot ladder past the ledge and rock outcroppings. They had him belayed with ropes, which is the appropriate technique for climbing high rope ladders in dangerous conditions. The belay is a safety line anchored somewhere above the climber, assuring that any fall will be stopped by the additional rope held by the belayer, giving the climber a chance to reorient themselves on the ladder and continue up safely.
Okay.
Bill was feeling weak, and the others pushed him from below and pulled from above, eventually getting him up the 2 long ladder climbs. The group assisted Bill when he needed it, but he was moving through the rest of the crawls and climbs steadily. As they came to the V-slot in the floor, he was remembering...
That's what I'm thinking about, fo. Like, how the fuck he finna do this shit, gang? Yo ass most likely got a motherfucking concussion. Well, I'm curious. Let's see how they do this.
Twisting that was required to get through this tight spot. Several members of the group went through, including his friend Jim, who waited on the other side to help Bill climb out after the squeeze. Troy and Dave were behind Bill, ready to assist from their end if needed. Dave instructed Bill to go down head first, to carefully control his body to get past each obstacle. Bill dipped his torso down into the deep hole and held onto the rock steps in front of him.
So with Bill,
he lowered himself past the first few protrusions, but with his injury and exhaustion, he was in no shape to control his descent. His arms gave out, and he slid headfirst to the bottom of the hole.
Oh my God.
Trying to grab onto anything he could, caused his arms to be helplessly wedged against his body.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
One arm was squeezed against his stomach, while the other was uselessly pinned behind him. Bill yelled out in pain, while trying to free his hands to push or pull one way or the other.
Oh my fucking God, fo. That's giving me anxiety thinking about that. Oh my God. Oh. Yo. That nigga's dead ass like this. Oh my God. And your head fucked up too. Ooh.
Trapped, and his own body weight was wedging him tighter and deeper into the hole every minute.
Oh my God.
After trying to free himself, he told Dave that he was stuck and couldn't move. Jim carefully climbed down to try to help, but could only see his head on the other side. He couldn't just pull him by the head into an even worse position. Dave decided to push from the backside and hope that he could get past the most narrow part, freeing one of his arms so he could finish the maneuver. Dave pushed, and Bill pressed against the rocks, but nothing happened. The small amount of advance that he made actually left him squeezed tighter than before, and his head was now starting to turn in the passage. Dave and Troy each tried to reach down in the hole and pull Bill back, but he was helplessly wedged in this difficult spot.
Yo.
The positioning of the hole left little room for the men to reach in, and only one person...
Yo, that is a horrible ass position to be in. I ain't gonna lie, fo. I have to find a way just to take myself out quick. I'm sorry. Fuck no. I can't do that. I'm finding a way to take myself out quick, gang. I'll bite my tongue or some shit. I gotta do something. Fuck no.
Could try at a time.
Hell no. Because this giving me anxiety just looking at this shit.
3 hours after Bill had fallen, and there was still no help on the way. The cavers on the other side finally went to get rescue help for Bill, while Jim stayed to comfort his friend.
Fuck, you
Unable
can't
to do anything for
Damn
Bill.
right, that's the thing. I can't do shit but get. I'm a fan of it in my life. I don't know how. I'll find some way.
Dave and Troy realized
There
that
gotta
they
be a
were
way.
actually trapped inside the cold cave,
I'll find a way.
with Bill's body completely blocking the only exit.
I'll fucking.
Troy was exhausted and
Damn, I
scared.
can't do that shit either. Right.
He had been in this cave for nearly 7 hours now, and the thought of getting stuck like Bill was weighing heavily on his mind. There was nothing he could do but sit and wait. The temperature in the cave was down to 44 degrees, and they weren't properly dressed for such an extended period. The Cave City Volunteer Fire Department was called out for the rescue. They mobilized rescue resources and cave rescue support immediately. As the teams converged on the cave, it became clear that this would not be a simple extraction, and time was of the essence. Bill had been upside down for several hours now, with his chest squeezed by rock in hypothermic conditions, with a bleeding head wound. Dozens of personnel showed up to help.
I mean,
but the space near the V slot
it's in
was
the
limited.
title, so
Assessments were made, and it was clear they couldn't just pull Bill out to safety. His arms were wedged in a way that completely blocked him from passing without backing up to start over, or removing rock that blocked his way forward. The team was able to pass a rope to Dave on the inside.
Yo, Bill is currently stuck in the cave, and you asking about Marvel Rivals. Shame on you.
Fully squeezed down into the tunnel with Bill, and retrieved equipment to help lift Bill out from their side. They tied his legs and tried to pull, but the leverage was all wrong.
And right, I almost forgot, folks. This nigga head, I forgot this nigga got like a concussion. This nigga bust his head open back there, and he's laying upside down like that. Oh yeah, it's over with. Bill, ain't gonna lie. GG's, my brother.
Simply hurting Bill without moving him at all. He was cold and groggy, with trapped arms and numb legs, barely able to assist in any way. The teams regrouped and started trying to chip away at the rocks blocking Bill's passage. It was a risky effort, but they were out of options. A single person could fit down in the side of the V slot and awkwardly reach around to chip at rocks near Bill's head. It was dangerous for Bill and could be deadly for both of them if there was a collapse. The entire section was unstable, and even small progress caused rocks and debris to fall into the passage. Bill was facing an...
No, I pissed they ass to be... You know, that pissed they ass to be on the other side, and Bill blocked their way. Oh, right, that's another thing, right? Them other niggas can't even get out because Bill... I'm not gonna be mean. Bill is currently stuck. He's wedged between the little space that they have to, he's wedged between the only way out that fucking cave. So technically, if they, yes, Bill is in a fucked up ass position, but the niggas behind him is even in the worst fucking position, because if they don't find a way to get this nigga out of here, or get this nigga from right here, it's over with. They dead too. Yo, oh my God. Oh my God. I forgot about that. Oh my God. Yo, oh my God.
Incredible mental challenge. He was squeezed in a claustrophobic trap with people all around him. His breathing was labored, and he struggled to pull every breath with conscious effort.
Yo, big body,
sand were falling in his face, and he could do nothing to protect himself. He wanted to scream. They had bandaged his cut and placed an oxygen mask on his face, but he was hypothermic and upside down. By 1 o'clock in the morning, Bill was no longer conscious. He still had a pulse, but they had no quick solutions to get him out. Nearly 200 people had showed up to help save Bill, but they simply could not free him from this trap. At 5 o'clock in the morning, 7 hours after becoming stuck upside down, Bill Coughlin was pronounced dead. Jim was stunned. A simple day
what about the other niggas? What they about to do?
Adventure had ended in a nightmare struggle to save his friend. He could not believe that Bill was gone. The rescue teams were unable to reflect on his tragic passing, because they still had an incredible problem.
Right, them niggas is stuck.
2 men were stuck on the other side of Bill's body, and they had to get them out. Blankets, heat packs, food, and warm coffee were passed through the small hole near Bill's body. Dave had to climb down over the dead cave.
That's crazy, folks. You have to reach for food and shit that y'all need over your dead homie's body. Woo.
Retrieve supplies to keep he and Troy alive while they figured out how to rescue them. Over the next 8 hours, unspeakable methods were used to remove Bill's body.
Oh my God.
Later, the coroner simply stated that methods used to remove the body could not have been used on a live victim.
Oh my God.
At nearly 1 o'clock on Monday afternoon, Dave and
They
Troy...
probably had to like break this nigga fucking limbs and shit in the awkward way and pull. Oh my, oh.
They were freed after more than 20 hours at 40-degree temperatures.
So cinema, nigga, what?
Questions quickly started swirling about how this happened and who was to blame. Clearly, Bill, Troy, and Jim were novices who had never been in the cave before.
Nigga, the nigga to blame is fucking Bill. It's a nigga named Bill. It's always gonna be a nigga named Bill. I'm telling you, folks.
They had no idea what kind of challenges they would actually be facing. The coroner's inquest later determined that the operator of the caves and the guide, Dave Hardin, were at fault. There should have been additional safety equipment to prevent the original fall. Bill should have received proper medical attention before being moved, and a trained cave rescue team could have assisted in the exit to prevent the head-first descent, which proved fatal. The official cause of death was compressive and positional asphyxia. Bill Coughlin's family sued the operator and guide for negligence, and the case was settled for an undisclosed sum. The tragic loss of an amateur caver is a stark reminder of the risk of trusting tour guides positioned as experts.
Long live Bill, folks. Long live that boy. That's tough, though. Stop going cave diving, people. I understand, like, that's a lot of niggas' professions. Please stop going cave diving, though. That shit never ends well. I'm sorry. It just never do. Every time I hear y'all ass go cave diving, anybody, folks, that shit ends bad, folks. BD. Long live Bill, though. Throw the bees off of him, man. Long live Bill.